Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into 30, Flirty, and Thriving. Ayo, ambitious, the go-getters, the handle business, the up and rising. This is 30, Flirty, and Thriving. The motivation, the dedication, the inspiration. This is entrepreneur, making her own moves, making her own rules. This is 30, Flirty, and Thriving. Yeah, a little sexy, cool, with Amber, boom. This is 30, Flirty, and Thriving.
Alright, what's up? It's your girl AB, and this is 30, Flirty, and Thriving. Welcome back. It's 2020, talking to D-Wade here.
What up?
I'm gonna need
What
you.
up? Oh, yeah, anyway. I'm not loud enough.
No, you need to be a little bit hyper.
I know, I just don't work. I've been trying to put some life into me. What up, though? It's your boy D-Wade.
Thank you.
D-Wade, the host on IG and Twitter. I'm not giving y'all my government unless you follow me on Facebook. So.
Alright, that's what I'm talking about. That's more of an introduction.
That's it? Okay, I got you.
So, I'm here with D-Wade. If for those of you unfamiliar with D-Wade, he is a comedian and host. D-Wade, the host. From Lansing?
I'm from Lansing. I am.
Lansing, Michigan.
I don't really admit that, but you know that is what it is.
So you're from Lansing, Michigan, and you're in Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
What brought you to the A?
What did bring me to the A? I came to Atlanta to pursue, to like piggyback off what I started out in Michigan. So as far as like comedy and entertainment and I would say hosting more events, more livelier events to network and just a better quality of living. Ain't no snow here, so.
I know the weather's so much better.
That's a
It's
start.
so nice today.
Yeah.
So basically you just feel like there's more opportunity down here.
Definitely more.
Did you have people down here before you came?
As far as family or like what?
Just anybody, people, friends, family, anybody, or you just came down here completely on your own?
So I got family here, like all throughout the South. If y'all see my hats, Alabama. So all my peoples is Roll Tide. Yes. So I have family out here. I got friends from college. Like a lot of them moved out here.
What school did you go to?
I went to Eastern.
Eastern Michigan. Okay.
Yeah. Still got unfinished business there, but that.
So you didn't graduate?
No. So I have 30 credits left.
Oh shit. Okay.
But shout out to my fellow Eagles out there and all the fellow graduates. And they're out here like spread out throughout Atlanta. So, but I moved by myself. Like I drove here by myself, and so I'm basically by myself, rebooting my brain, starting from scratch. So yeah. Okay. So you've been down here about 5 months. Do you feel like you made the right move? Can you say that now? Man, I was just talking to somebody about that because like it's been so much going on, like as far as like trying to chase your dream but work at the same time, and it's hard to say. I know I'm here for a reason, so I can't say like did I make the right decision, because God may push me to go to North Carolina, LA, or another place for a career takeoff. I think, like, for my personality, for what I want to do, like, this is the place to do it. It's a whole bunch of events. It's a lot of young professionals, old professionals. It's a wide array of people who just are doing what I came here to do. And it's like, I used to stick out back home, you know.
You feel like you blend in amongst the crowd?
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of creatives out here. Like, when I go into the mall, it's other YouTubers out there all day with their cameras vlogging. And when I was back home, like,
when nobody doing
that. Yeah, like, what are you doing? Like, give me on camera. Like, but people be like, they be so ready to be on camera and like interact with me, so it'd be dope. And like, if you've been following me on social media, like my second day in Atlanta, I started vlogging immediately.
I was impressed because I was watching. I was like, dang, you just went down there and jumped right into it.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like so nervous.
I was nervous because it was like, wow, I'm actually finally here. And I've only visited probably twice, but it was like for a short period of time, so I couldn't really gauge the city. But as soon as I got here, I'm like, I'm going downtown. And I just went by myself, parked my car, and just was out there with the camera. So
30, Flirty, and Thriving is all about pursuing your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the hustle and kind of like how to navigate that. Like you said earlier, you know, how do you balance, you're working, but you're chasing your dream too.
Yeah.
And that's what really the podcast is all about. The whole 9 to Thrive movement is how do you turn your passion into your profession so you don't have to work and chase your dream. Your dream is what funds your life. Your life is your dream. It's all one and the same.
Man, what? Yes. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. But like I knew this move wasn't gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was prepared for the struggle, but you know sometimes it can be overwhelming when you want to go to auditions, casting calls. You want to go meet Tyler Perry. You want to do your shows at nighttime, and it's like you gotta make time for it. And sometimes you know you gotta portion your time out because you know Atlanta huge, so you gotta travel 30 to 40 minutes to get to where you want to go at any place in the city. So it's not like back home where I can pull up in 15 or you know, it's not just a hop, skip, and a jump. You gotta really, and then the traffic is, you know, it's just so you gotta survive out here because Atlanta's expensive. And people told me like before I could like.
Is it? I always feel like Georgia's like low cost of living.
It's depending on where you at. Like East Point here.
Well, you come from Lansing too. I'm in Detroit, so for me, I'm like, this house it's like at least 3 times bigger than my house, and it's less than I think.
It's less, right? That's true. You get more, so you get more for your money here. I would say, especially for housing. But apartments in the city of Atlanta.
Oh, so you like down? You in a good location?
No. Right now I'm in Austell. I'm outside the city, but where I want to move to is high end. It's kind of you know. So I'm trying to think like because the things I want to do are sometimes during the day, but I be at work, and so then I get off at like you know what I'm saying late as hell and like. Yeah, I could hit a comedy club right now, but you know, it's just if you really wanted to do it, and I will do it. So I'm just right now I'm more focused on like finances and just making sure I'm good, so I can kind of a clear head to go, you know, attack my dreams and do it all on the same day. But it's a struggle when you gotta maintain a living and then meet time restraints. You know, being in the city, so, but I'm making it happen. Do a mistletoe challenge, so I'm gonna see if people still kiss under the mistletoe.
So are you like walking around with a mistletoe and have?
I am. I'm gonna see how many kisses I can get.
That. Oh, you about to have him kiss you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to see like if people will still do it. Like, is it a forgotten myth?
Well, you're gonna do it in Lansing, so I'm really interested to see what the reaction is gonna be because I'm sure it's gonna be a lot different than the reactions you would get in Atlanta.
Yeah, probably. I might do it in Detroit though, but it just depends on where I'm at. I might do it. I'm not doing it outside because.
Go to the mall where everybody's shopping and stuff.
Yeah, see, but I don't.
No. Go to like Somerset, like go to Detroit, go to Somerset, or go to like Great Lakes Crossing.
Great Lakes, okay. Yeah, that's where I want to go and do it at because it's more.
Yeah, go there. That would be fun. Yeah. Especially go to Somerset. Go to the high end too, where they got.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like, hey man.
Get all them Birmingham chicks like.
Oh, from Troy and up there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I like Atlanta a lot. It's just the atmosphere. Like I'm from a small city.
Right.
We don't have 20% of what the city got. So
yeah. So right now you're just focused on building up your finances, making sure you're stable so that you can really pursue your dreams and do them. But in the meantime, you're still building up your online fan base and following, doing your vlog and all of that. But what is your ultimate passion? Is it stand-up? Is it, you know, being in movies? Is it the vlogging stuff, the online part of it? Like, what is the thing that, like, you really get excited about?
So, and this is a question I get a lot. It's like, what do you want to do? People just see me doing a lot of different shit. And like, what's your goal? Like, what you want to do? So, DeRay, the host, so let me just say the backstory. Like, I went to Eastern. I started hosting events at EMU. And I came up through doing just hosting. Just being in front of the crowd. And so from there, people was like, well, you funny, like you should try doing stand-up. I was like, I'm not doing stand-up. But then this dude just was like, hey man, come to an open mic out in Detroit and get your feet wet. And So I did that, and from there, like, I was good. So I just started doing stand-up with my hosting. And I put D-Wade, the host, at the end of it just to distinguish my name from, there's already a D-Wade.
Right.
Like Dwayne Wade. And he's famous. People like D-Wade. Like,
yeah.
And people who don't know me, they're like, why you call yourself D-Wade? So my name is Dominique Wade. That's where D-Wade comes from.
Oh, so he dropped the government. Y'all ain't
I had
to get that.
I had to, because people like, on your podcast, they don't know who I am. Like, D-Wade, the host, like, where does that come from? So Dominique Wade is my name. I've been called D-Wade for the last 15 years. That's just what I go by. No one calls me by my government except for my dad and a couple of girls. Anyway, so I want to be an overall entertainer. So I want to, like, what Kevin Hart is, or Terrence J. Like, so Kevin Hart came up and he was doing movies, but his stand-up.
Did you read his book?
What,
Laugh at My Pain? Or is that what it's called? The book?
Is that his book?
I
don't read, so
you should listen.
I should read. You're right.
I was saying on Audible, you can do the audio book. It's funny as hell because if you like listen,
is it him?
He's reading it. It's funny. So listen to the audio book because I think it would be so helpful for you. It explains his whole journey. It's funny as hell because he's reading it. You'll love it. I'm gonna send it to you when we get done.
And Kevin Hart is like one of my biggest inspirations, and like it sounds cliche because he's so, well known, but I was watching Kevin Hart before what was it? Grown Little Man. And that was in 2009 when I graduated high school. But he was in Soul Plane, Scary Movie 3. I thought he was funny then, and then that stand up there like took him over the edge. But from stand up, he's went to shows, hosted like red carpet stuff. He's hosted like award shows.
And the reason why I say you need to listen to his book is because, just like you said, he was in Soul Plane, he was in the Scary Movie, whatever. He talks about like what was going on behind the scenes, and so for your experience, you can be like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Paper
like,
Soldiers, he was like,
yep, that was. He talks about that. His whole experience with that. I'm telling you, you gotta listen to that book because I think it would just help you even more with your journey, just to understand and be more confident in the process.
Yeah, and he didn't get on till he was 30. Like, that's when he, like, really took off. So, like, that's what big for me, because I'm, like, before 30, like, that's, like, my mindset. Which I know age, it should not be, like, anywhere, because Tiffany Haddish was 38 when she got on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? DeRay Davis is he's 50. People don't even know that, because he just keeps himself young, and, like, Mike Epps, 50. Like, they pushing that. So, like, age is not even a factor, because, especially in Atlanta, it's people doing it at all types of age.
For sure.
And they still keeping that young mentality. So like, I feel like age is nothing but a number, like seriously, now that I've been here, because it's really your mindset. You keep yourself young by what you do. Like if you sit around and work a 9 to 5 and just be drained, doing a routine type of thing every day, then you'll age doing that. I'll age right now doing that. Anybody will do that. Somebody who's 20 years old will age doing the same shit.
Sure.
But if you're not constantly like, changing your habits, doing stuff to feed your energy.
So what do you do to keep motivated? If you work long hours right now.
Right, I do.
How do you keep yourself motivated? How do you keep yourself out of getting stuck in that daily rut?
So I be on YouTube a lot, and that's I follow a whole bunch of podcasts. So motivational podcasts, The Laugh Factory out in
Have you listened to my podcast? Look at his face.
I'm not gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. I haven't. I'm gonna subscribe to it. I haven't. She ain't sent me the link. You know what I'm saying? Are you subscribed to my channel?
Yeah, I think I am.
No, she not.
I'm pretty sure I am though.
Follow Wade's World on YouTube, okay? Wade's
I bet you
World.
I am. Watch, we're gonna see after this. I'm gonna check. You can.
I can check.
No, listen, we'll check. And I'm gonna let y'all know too in the description if I'm subscribed. No, but. If you would have watched the shit, if you had paid attention to the podcast,
I've seen episodes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I've seen episodes.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like, well, I was letting you talk. Never mind. I just wanted to put you on the spot and see if you continue carry on.
See, you see, I knew the name kind of.
No, you did.
I did. I said dirty, 30, and flirty, but it's 30, 30, and fly.
But you still don't know the fucking name.
Y'all know I know something. I know what she does. Okay, I'm a fan.
30, flirty, and thriving.
What she said.
Yeah, 30, flirty, and thriving. You about to be 30 soon, before you know it. So
I'm 28, so you
listen.
right for sure. I'm gonna be 30. So
So you stay motivated by watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts.
My peers, I got my cousin who works at BET.
Mm-hmm.
So like he went to school for the same thing I'm doing, so he's really doing it. Like
You do like networking events.
He's like a content creator for like a network at BET
Mm-hmm.
that does like interviews for like celebrities. He was with Ray J, and Rick Ross and the Baby and
He took you somewhere recently, didn't he? That's where I saw pictures. You went with him
the
to
Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah.
BET.
Yeah.
He pulled up and got me some tickets.
That's
and we was
dope.
in there. Yeah. So
Awesome.
as far as D-Way the host, man, I want to just be on stage somewhere. On stage, on camera, acting, hosting on a TV show. I want my own Netflix stand-up special.
How do you come up with your material for your stand-up material?
So being a host, I don't have to write nothing. It's all free.
Oh, you just go
I
off the top of your
freestyle.
head.
Right. Doing stand-up, you have to write.
Right.
You had to have some material to go by, to be prepared, because
So where do you get your material from? You just shit that's going on and...
believe it or not, I practice on Facebook all day.
Well,
So I'll throw jokes on Facebook and see what the response I get, and then if it hits, I'll go and put it on stage.
Have you ever realized like, oh shit, this hit on Facebook, but it's a dud,
Yeah.
or it's harder to deliver in person than it is on Facebook?
Yeah, because the thing about jokes is that we can say the same joke,
Mm-hmm.
but it's how you say it, like your tone, the way your punchline hit is. Because in the world of stand-up, everyone has jokes about the same type of topics, but your delivery is what, Kevin Hart has his own delivery, Steve Harvey, so it's like, it's your delivery. So I would say, because I hate practicing. I hate practicing jokes, and people say you should practice in the mirror. It's not real. If it's not a real crowd out there, so I won't practice a joke until I actually am on stage. And so like that's the comedy is harder than rapping.
I believe it.
Because when you rap,
I believe it.
you can go to the booth and lay a song down, and you can just go perform your song because you know your song.
Yeah.
In the world of stand up, you don't know how good your joke is gonna be until you try it out. So, and like with me, I joke all day. So natural interaction when I be just at the store with my friends, like if I say something that made them laugh for real, I have a whole notepad full of jokes. And I'll be in my...
Is that some funny shit on October 3rd?
No, really though, like I will show you, I have a whole list of jokes I have not even done yet. And it's just because I'm just getting ready to like really go on like a huge ass like open mic binge at least 3-4 times a week throughout Atlanta, because it's tons of them out here. And I haven't went to them yet just because I've been trying to be methodical about it. But like it's just...
Oh, damn.
And that's just one thing. Like I have a whole...
You think you're that funny? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, look, people do. I don't even think I'm like...
I'm gonna start doing that. I was funny on December 3rd 2 times, bitch.
But like, you gotta write though. And I didn't like writing because I'm like... It wasn't natural to me, but it was like, if you're doing stand-up, you have to like be prepared, because if you freeze up on stage, like that's one of the scariest moments when you don't know what to say next. Or if you say a joke and it's...
And it's silence, and what do you do? But you know what I noticed? What I think is funny is when I watch comedy is when people say a joke and then nobody responds. They're like, "Oh, well, fuck you." Then. Like they just acknowledge the silence.
Yeah, you gotta take it in.
Because if you don't say anything, then it's awkward. It's like I feel awkward for you.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Is like when you in the audience, and I've seen somebody just look terrible on stage. It's hard for me to even watch. And it's like, man, if that was me, like you gotta be quick. And that's how hosting is. Like you can pick up people in the crowd. You gotta just feed off of.
So what type of events do you host?
I host anything with an audience. So college events, talent shows, fashion shows. I've done it. I know being in fashion shows, I don't know why people, but it's just it's an audience. So people book me to just entertain. So weddings.
Okay, cool.
Like wedding receptions. So I didn't know it was a thing until I got booked for my first one in 2014, and then I got booked for 3
Because don't they usually have a DJ do it? Like the...
Yeah, but DJs hate the host. Well, some DJs don't like to be on the mic. And if you can find a host for your wedding, then you can have your DJ and a host. So,
right.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing until I got into it. And then, what else have I hosted? I love hosting like artist showcases. So like underground concerts.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I've done, I know you've done some too, or you've been in that limelight.
Yeah.
It's lit. What, do you don't like it?
I got a love-hate relationship with showcases, but no, I've done, yeah.
She's like, yeah, I won't say too much, but
Yep.
I like it because I love music, and I get to get on stage and like vibe to people's music, and I feel like the best music is sometimes the underground scene. So like I be in Detroit, like that's like most of my underground. Shout out to Tez Honcho and a nice no sleep but still full of dreams. Go check him out. He's a young up and coming entrepreneur out there doing his thing out there in Detroit, but he's having like a showcase with a lot of dope performers, and like it's just a good networking. And I try to get 2 connections for each show I do, so that I can get booked for the next show.
Nice.
So that's how I kind of do my thing. So shout outs to Crowd Free, my boy Curtis Lamar. He's doing his thing out there. You know Crowd Free?
Yeah, my girl Alicia, who manages, she's another artist manager, and she used to work with Curtis, so they're like real tight. So I've seen him a few events.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. He's doing some major things out there in Detroit too. So
yeah, he is. He's launching some new shit. I don't remember what it is exactly. He's launching some new shit. I see, and like I said, I'm starting to see him out everywhere.
And he's doing it. He's out at the Palace, at the Detroit Stadium doing his thing. He's had huge performers come through. He had me on the Backwoods and Bonfires. That was last year, the first edition. We had Doja Cat. I don't know if you know what Doja Cat is.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I know it's all these new up and coming artists, but that was a dope concert with a bunch of weed and alcohol, and it was just lit. I was on stage doing my thing, so
nice.
Yeah.
So it's a ton of shit like that you can do down here.
I know but see the thing out here, like it's so weird. I'm starting from scratch, and nobody knows who the hell I am. So I'm D-Wade. You know what I'm saying? I host this and that. People be so in the moment out here, so they be hyped when they meet you. Then they go to sleep, wake up, and forget about you.
Yep.
And that's just how it is. And I'll be doing my vlogs and stuff. People be so amped when I meet them out in person, and then like I'll get that follow, subscribe, be cool, wake up, don't hear from you again. It's like that's just the nature of. That's not just Atlanta, but that's probably everywhere. But I know out here, people are so used to meeting people like me that it's just like, okay, he's just, so you gotta kind of really fight for your spot out here, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I think it's about building relationships, and especially getting your face out there. So going to the different events, because if you see them and you connect one time, they're probably gonna forget about you the next day. But if you see them once and they see you again, and see, okay, what's that dude that's always doing it? Then they're gonna start to remember you. So that's it. I mean, I've been down here like 3 times in the last couple months, and I'm already starting with people like, oh shit, what you doing? Although I am usually like the only white girl, so it's easy. The white girl from Detroit.
Wait, so like, you don't white girl what?
I was thinking about, I don't know what I'm going to do right now because I have a lot of shit going on in Atlanta and Detroit, and honestly I think I'm just going to have, whether I live here and travel there or live there and travel here, I'm going to be doing stuff in both cities for the foreseeable future. So and thankfully I have a really good network in both spots, so I'm taking care of
people love you, man.
I mean, I'm lovable.
people love you, Amber, and that's why like I like how like you very transparent and you real, and like you don't sugarcoat nothing. Like you let it be known like what you went through, where you are now, who you aspire to be, and like you keep it 1,000, and that's why I rock with you. I was a fan before I met you in person.
For sure. And I don't even know how we connected originally.
It was on one of my homegirls know you, Lamaria.
Okay, yeah, because I was on her podcast.
Or you on her podcast?
Yeah, when she was doing it with Tisha and
And then I kept seeing you pop up with people I know, either in Detroit or Atlanta. So I didn't know where you lived at. I'm like, was she close? And then we just linked up when I was working at Bank of America. Remember that?
Yep.
Was that a year ago?
It was it was. No, it was earlier this year. It seems like it was longer.
No, that was a year ago.
Was it?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I remember it was cold.
It was cold.
It was cold that day.
Yeah, it was cold. But no, like, yeah, so I mean, the same thing, I just been watching you, I'm like, shit, like, I've been wanting to get you on the podcast, and then you moved, I'm like, shit.
I know.
But I'm like, I am doing a lot of different things, but I love music. I'm super, I mean, ultimately, my goal is, talk about me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to make music my career, basically. Okay. So that, because I love doing motivational speaking and going to different events and talking about, motivating, inspiring people. But I feel like if I can get to a certain level of, success or, I guess, brand awareness in the music industry, then I'll have something even greater to speak on when I go. So that's ultimately my goal. The podcast, I want to continue, no matter what, continue to provide a platform for people like yourself to talk about what they're doing, not only to give you an opportunity to showcase your brand or your talents and things like that, but also I'm asking you questions. Like, there's other people who maybe want to get into comedy. There's other people who are thinking about moving to Atlanta. There's other people, and they don't know what questions to ask. They don't even know where to begin. They don't know the struggles. They don't know the challenges they're gonna face. So I feel like I try to ask all the questions, like a curious, you know what I mean? Curious George, like, so what about this? And how do you get your material and all these things? Because when I first got involved in music, I had a million questions and I didn't know how to even articulate them or ask them, who to ask. And then I felt like when I started trying to ask, people were so stingy with information.
Yeah. And it's like, people do that because they don't want you to be better than them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's just the nature of, I just learned that. So like, it don't even bother me no more when people be acting standoffish, because it's like, okay, cool, on to the next. Cause it's gonna be somebody who will be like willing to actually like open up a door and like let you in, and how to do that. And people out here will do that out here, and they like really like they'll help you. They won't necessarily put you on like right away, but they'll let you know, hey, go to this spot, check out this club or this improv theater out here, and network, this and that. So it's different for me. I came from a place where I was getting booked 3-4 times a month, and now it's like, okay, so when people ask me like, how'd you do it, it's like now I'm in that position to where I gotta ask like, okay, how do I put my foot in the door and do that stuff? So it's like I'm gonna how to crawl and walk again into So
do you think that you should have stayed in Lansing and continued to build your brand to another level before you came down here, or are you glad you moved down here when you did? Or is it too early to say?
It might be too early to say, but I feel like I did all I could in Lansing, and that really wasn't even my biggest audience. If you follow me, like that's not, most of my audience was in the Metro Detroit area. That's what really like got my event. So I feel like I wouldn't say I exhausted every opportunity in Michigan, but I think I outgrew it, and I was ready for something bigger and better, and that's why I moved to Atlanta. So yeah, like for any, I guess my advice to anybody who wants to get into it, I would say for comedy, start writing. And I run about sorry, it's a long day. My comedy comes from like real life experiences. So what I actually go through, like the people I'm around, friends, strangers, like, and I think about shit in my head all the time, like how can I turn this into a joke? And some stuff you might stretch the truth, but that's comedy though. You have to make it funny. So some stuff might be situational. It's not something that actually happened, but it could happen. And go ahead.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So you're working on your comedy, you're doing all this stuff. But I do follow you on Facebook, so I see what you're talking about. So what has your dating experience been like?
My dating?
Since you moved to Atlanta. What is it like in Atlanta versus Lansing?
So in Lansing, you know what the hell you're gonna get. Like, it's crabs in a barrel. The ladies, it's not a good selection. It's not in Lansing, for sure it's not. And that's just how people can vouch for that. You know, there's some diamonds in the rough in Lansing that you can find, but I don't date in Lansing. And if I do, you will never know who I'm dating out there or like seeing. So that's that. I don't hurt no feelings if people in Lansing already have
They already don't like you?
They already don't like me, you know, so I'll leave it at that. But I do have people out there who do love me, so shouts to y'all if y'all watching this. In Atlanta, I have a system, a process. I have to check birth records, go back 3 weeks, or actually 3 months, 3 years to see what you were like 3 years ago, to make sure you were a woman then.
Oh.
Adam's apple, make sure you.
Oh, I was like, what you mean? Oh,
yeah.
I
You
get
see
it.
baby pictures to make sure you were born this way. And
So it's a lot of like trans.
oh, it's everything out here. Like
Baby fooling, cause they be looking better than like the real thing.
yeah, they will get you. So
Oh, shit.
before you say hey, you be like, okay, no, I'll pass. So I have a stare problem now because I have to really like examine and see like who you are. But it's a lot of beautiful women in Atlanta.
It is.
A lot, and it's a plethora, and they outnumber us. So it's a good thing for me being single, no kids.
He's like, plug, single, no kids, press
feel
for
me?
745.
I'm a hot commodity out here. So I mean, I've been mingling. I wouldn't say like dating, but I've been like I've went on dates, and yeah.
So do you use dating apps or you meet people organically?
I'm scared of dating apps.
Really?
I've never used those. It just was weird to me. Like I don't know. Like I'll meet somebody on Facebook or Instagram and meet them in person, but a dating app, I just swipe. Okay, it just was weird to me. But and I just posted about this on Facebook too. I think I'm gonna get into it.
What, dating apps?
Yeah, just to see like what is, because a lot of people are on dating apps and looking. So
Yeah.
try to find me in this way.
I did it for fun a couple years ago, and it was
There's some creeps on there.
It was a lot. It's a lot. And I have friends that are on them, and literally we be out and they're just like
See,
swiping away, just swiping away. Oh, look at this motherfucker, swipe away. Oh my God, we know him. Swipe.
Your Facebook
like,
is so funny. You be attracting some.
Listen.
You be attracting every type of. They be loving you. Ooh, you looking so gorgeous. Ooh, baby girl, I can make your day. You just brighten my timeline with you. I be like, Lord, you popping. You popping.
Man, it's comedy for real. Like that shit is comedy. It really is. I got so many people that just crack jokes on the comments that are left on my stuff. It's pure comedy. I don't know. You can't
ride your wave, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't tolerate disrespect though. Like you can be creepy or whatever, that's your thing, but don't be disrespectful. You're disrespectful, you gotta go.
They'll tell you exactly what they want to do to you right there under your picture. Like, listen.
And then they get deleted. Depending though, how graphic they get.
Yeah, because they get graphic. I'm like, damn, I'll be on it like, oh, this getting good now.
Man, you could scroll through my shit and just get material from that alone.
Yeah, that's DeRay the host in a nutshell, man. I just look at entertaining. I like being on stage. I like the spotlight.
Well, that's what's up. So what are your, everybody's like 2020 is this vision year, 2020 is this the year it's gonna have, like what do you see for yourself in 2020?
I see a breakthrough in 2020, and yes, that's very cliche because it's the new year, and people just be like, okay, new year, new me, yada yada. But it's like I don't give myself enough credit for how far I've come. So like my past, like I went through a lot of shit, and I internalized a lot, up until this point. So like I feel like next year I will let a lot of that stuff go, and I feel like I'll be able to turn my passion into profit, into a place where I won't have to do no more 9-to-5s or less of a 9-to-5.
9 to thrive it, y'all.
Thrive. I'm trying to
9 to thrive.
9 to thrive. I'm trying to really get out of that because I need to be in a position where I can make my own schedule each and every day. If I need to travel here, I can do that. Yeah. If I have to go back home and see my nephew or my mom or my dad or my whatever, like I can do that. I'm gonna join the Improv group next year.
Have you done Improv before?
Yeah.
I just want to do it for fun one time.
Improv it's like situational. It's like sing. You're pregnant and you think I'm the father. Like that's how I go.
Daddy, I don't know.
Yeah, like it's like sing. You just go into it and you just create your own script.
Yeah, I want to try it just because I think it will be fun. I have no
you
desire to be an actress, but I like having fun. That shit will be funny.
It's really funny.
So you're about to join the group. So what does that consist of? When you join the Improv group, y'all like meet up twice a week and do shit together?
Yeah. So
like, do you pay for it? Like, what is an improv group? Like, educate people. Think about it. Like, motherfuckers might not have a clue what improv is, and don't know shit about a group. What does it mean?
So improv is like, it's improvisational, but the short term is improv. So it's basically like you just you act out a scene or given a situation or circumstance with no preparation on the spot, and it's like go, and it's like, okay, I'm about to get locked up. I put the weed in your car, and now you gotta be quiet, and the cops is coming. Like, don't say shit. Okay, we didn't just smoke 5 minutes ago, like, and you gotta be nervous, like. So it's just like, it's acting but on the spot. So there's no preparation. That's what improv is. And you get a group, and it'd be like a circle of people, and you just take turns like doing situational stuff, and then you put on a performance of improv, basically like that. So with the 85 South show, that's a huge improv show.
Okay.
So like all the jokes they do, the people they pick out the crowd and do jokes like.
Okay, I never heard that shit in my life. I'm sorry.
85 South with DC Young Fly.
I don't know what that
is. It's oh my god, yo.
I'm sorry.
Get AB up the choir, yo. Come on, man. You know who DC Young Fly is, though, right?
No.
DC? Yes, you do. Yes. Don't say no on camera. Say yes.
Yes.
You know DC.
Yes,
Look
I do.
it up. Lord
yes, DC Young Fly. Woo.
Okay, so y'all know what 85 South show is. That's a whole improv show. Wild 'N Out used to be 100% improv, but now you can tell it's been like scripted.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, an acting group. I'm gonna get into that next year. Do some theater, play and stuff out there. Get some headshots so I can go to these auditions and casting calls, so I can start getting scouted for Tyler Perry films and studios. And really take this comedy to the next level. So I'm trying to really just put DeRay the host in Atlanta and make my name known out here. So that's like the vision for 2020. And yeah.
Well, that's what's up. Shit. I'm loving it. So thank you so much for joining me on 30, Flirty, and Thriving. Finally.
So I know.
We made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what you're doing. Everybody make sure you follow D-Wade at D-Wade the host on Instagram, right?
D-Wade the host with the most. If I ain't lit, I ain't shit. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Wade's World. Give me that sub. Hit that bell to get all my latest videos. And what else? If you single and in Atlanta with no kids, with no Adam's apple, hey, give me a call. Let's go on a date. Have fun.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.